Have you ever felt invisible? Like the world keeps moving around you, and you're just standing still. You wake up. You work. You try to be a good person. But somehow, life keeps shrinking you smaller and smaller. That was Walter White, a man with brilliance, potential, and passion, slowly erased by an ordinary life. He wasn't a failure. He was forgotten. And sometimes being forgotten hurts more than losing. A high school teacher, a husband, a father. But deep inside, a storm was waiting to be unleashed. One day, he looked death in the face, and for the first time in years, he felt a live dot. It wasn't about meth. It wasn't even about money. It was about power. And the realization that power made him feel like someone again. When Walter learned he had cancer, he didn't just see death. He saw judgment, the final review of a life that never reached its potential. Every humiliation he endured, every time he stayed silent while others took the credit, every suppressed emotion, it all came back like a storm. He told himself it was for his family. That made it noble. That made it acceptable. But deep down, it was about something darker. The hunger to matter. The hunger to be seen. The hunger to finally say, I am enough. He started cooking meth not as a criminal, but as a rebirth. Heisenberg wasn't a disguise. He was the version of Walter the world refused to acknowledge. And once you taste power born from pain, it's almost impossible to give it up. At first, Walter believes he's in control. He tells himself he can stop whenever he wants, that he's still the good guy in a bad situation. But power doesn't work like that. It rewires you. It whispers that you're different. It convinces you that rules are for weaker people. The first time you cross a line, it feels terrifying. The second time, it feels easier. And soon, you can't even see where the line used to be. He doesn't break bad all at once. He breaks piece by piece, choice by choice, until one day, there's nothing left to break. He becomes sharper, smarter, unstoppable. And for a moment, he loves the reflection staring back at him. Then comes the famous line, I am the one who knocks. It's not a confession. It's a coronation. He has crowned himself king, but that's the tragedy. Because kings who rule by fear always end up alone in their castle. He thinks he's controlling the game. But in reality, the game is controlling him. He becomes addicted, not to meth, but to significance. To the illusion that fear equals respect, that dominance equals love. But power built on fear is a cage disguised as a throne. Every empire built on ego has an expiration date. The more he gains, the less of Walter remains. His family drifts away. His son can't even look at him. His wife becomes his enemy. And all that's left is the echo of a man who once wanted to be remembered. He sacrifices love for dominance, peace for control. And in the end, his empire turns to ashes. There's a moment near the end when he finally admits the truth. He says, I did it for me. I liked it. I was good at it. And I was really alive. That one line is pure self-awareness. He finally sees what most people never do. We don't chase success. We chase identity. We want to be respected. We want to be seen. We want to matter. And once that identity depends on power, it consumes everything else. Heisenberg wasn't the monster Walter created. He was a mirror. The reflection Walter spent his whole life avoiding. The story of Walter White isn't about crime or cancer. It's about what happens when the need to feel significant outgrows the ability to stay humble. We all have a little Heisenberg inside us. The voice that says, I deserve more. I've been overlooked. I'll show them. Sometimes that voice fuels greatness. Other times, it burns everything we love. Power doesn't start as evil. It starts as fear. Fear of being nothing. Fear of being forgotten. And that fear slowly becomes the fire that consumes everything around it. The real danger isn't losing control of the world. It's losing control of ourselves. So the next time you feel invisible, remember Walter White. Remember how far a man will go just to feel seen. Power can change you. But the desire for power, that's what truly defines who you are. If this story made you think, subscribe for more deep dives into the human mind. Welcome to Human Theory Space.